Lindsay Clancy's parents now have a GoFundMe with a $2 million goal.
Watching women all over TikTok show up to support and defend Lindsay Clancy is literally healing something deep inside me.
You are never going to make me hate Lindsay Clancy. You're just not. I know better than anyone that the government would rather prosecute mothers than ensure they're adequately supported.
Why was Patrick Clancy not investigated in the murders of his 3 children?
Is there anybody else who thinks that it's absolutely repulsive that the Commonwealth of Boston put a woman prosecutor onto the Lindsay Clancy case?
Now, this here is kind of crazy. We have a woman here who have killed her 3 children and somehow was able to raise a GoFundMe with over $900,000. And I'm pretty sure this GoFundMe is probably gonna reach over like the million so far. So let's get into this, right? What you're about to see is the insanity of modern women supporting this woman, even though she admitted to killing her children.
I believe in a God who works miracles. And I believe in a God who brings redemption to our stories. And that is what I'm praying for with the Lindsay Clancy story. That her story is not in vain. Here's one thing that I'll say with my full chest. If you have never experienced cycles of abuse, psychological abuse, you've never witnessed somebody else that you love watch them deteriorate from psychological abuse or watch them be murdered because of it, you simply will not understand the perspective that so many of us women are coming from.
Lady, what are you talking about? By the way, her caption says, Lindsay Clancy, I stand with you. Again, so this woman is saying that, right? She believes in redemption. But what about the consequences for killing your baby? What about the justice for those children who have died? You know, these women don't want to be held accountable for their actions. They want to be absolved of their crime. And the only reason why so many women are supporting Lindsay Clancy is only because she's a woman. That's it. We even have women who are trying to blame the husband for killing the baby, even though he wasn't present during that time.
We talk about this case because I have the time and he did it. Okay, he did it. He set her up, and you're not going to convince me otherwise. It's not because I'm a woman and I'm rallying behind women. No. That has nothing to do with it. Okay.
You're wrong. It's absolutely because you are a woman. That's why you're defending her. Because if you were to take a look at the case, you would not be blaming the husband for doing it. Again, these women just want to rally behind women just because they're women. And this woman is saying that the husband did it because the husband did it. What? And the best part is that she said that you are not going to convince me otherwise because she believes that the husband did it.
There's so many things that have already been proven, and this case is far from over. First of all, her lawyer is incredible, and you can tell how much he cares about her. And the part where he said that if she herself during this case, then it's not on him, and that she likely will. But I mean, can you imagine? Like, this man, I'm telling you, he did it, and he is putting this woman through the worst form of torture and hell a human being could ever experience.
This right here is just her preconceived notion of men because these women just hate men. You notice how she can't give you any reasons or evidence as to why she believes why the husband did it. It's just pure nonsense. These women walk around with this preconceived notion because in their minds, all men are evil. She's saying that the husband did it, even though she's not in the relationship. She has no background information. She has no knowledge of this man at all. But she truly believes that he somehow manipulated this woman to killing her 3 children. Amazing.
Watching women all over TikTok show up to support and defend Lindsay Clancy in the aftermath of the horrific atrocity that was committed against her and her babies is literally healing something deep inside me. And I just really need to thank all of you. I think back to, Andrea Yates and Lorena Bobbitt and, oh, fuck, I'm blanking on her name right now. The lady that they made the movie Monster about. Anyway, thinking back to all of those women and how they were victims who were then viciously re-traumatized by the public. I'm just so incredibly grateful that we're changing. We're seeing through the bullshit. So thank you. Also, I want to take this opportunity to say that we don't have to follow the rules that were made by our oppressor. We don't have to do that. Okay? We don't have to. All right, love you.
This woman just said that watching women supporting Lindsay Clancy is deeply healing to her. We have other people who are commenting on this video right here, and of course she's on the defense. This person said she confessed it, and she said also she didn't confess. That is disinformation. This guy said here, proof that women will support women no matter what. And guess what? She said, yes, we will always defend the innocent. But how is she innocent exactly?
You are never going to make me hate Lindsay Clancy. You're just not. I know better than anyone that the government would rather prosecute mothers than ensure they're adequately supported.
Is there anybody else who thinks that it's absolutely repulsive that the Commonwealth of Boston put a woman prosecutor onto the Lindsay Clancy case? I am repulsed by that. Like, absolutely repulsed. And I know she's just doing her job. But I think it's disgusting that it was very purposeful that they have a lead woman prosecutor prosecuting Lindsay Clancy.
Unpopular opinion, Lindsay Clancy did not her kids. The husband did. You know, the one leaving, going off onto an affair, the one that remarried right away, the one who literally had no emotion, talking about finding his children unalive, the one who literally painted the whole entire picture for her and for everyone else. And by the way, he also drove her to the point of insanity and then pointed at her and said, you're insane, like every other narcissist man has ever done, ever. He has the playbook. He looks like Chris Watts. He acts like Chris Watts. What did Chris Watts do? Try to blame his wife. We found out what really happened there. Come on now.
Yeah, so these are just women who are blind to the reality of what's really happening here. They don't want to accept the fact that this woman actually killed her children. So they're trying to find out every single way that they can to try and support her. No one else did but her. On TikTok right now, we have a lot of women who are supporting this woman because she's a woman. We have many women right now who are showing this woman more empathy than the husband. More empathy than the husband who was not there. They even have a GoFundMe right now, which is about to reach into the millions.
The trend of these women supporting Lindsay Clancy and raising a ton of money for her and upholding some sort of conspiracy theory about her innocence is indicative of two things. Number one, the absolute brain rot that progressive women have experienced from TikTok and reading just like smut all day and true crime. Like, they have no actual intellectualism going on. But more importantly, number two, the hypocrisy and clarity of the fact that they don't actually want egalitarianism. They want to continually special plead for women, paint women as the victims, and let them off the hook for everything. They would never treat a man the way they are treating Lindsay Clancy. You can say that any crime has a reason behind it, right? We can say that people who are awful serial killers probably have some sort of childhood trauma or have gone through some sort of, mental disorder, psychopathy, something like that. A man who comes home from a war and suffers from PTSD may act out violently, but if he did what Lindsay Clancy did, you would not be acting this way. You can scream all day about postpartum depression, postpartum psychosis, but attributing to why someone does something does not take away the accountability that they should be holding. And this is just indicative of feminism in general. They want privilege without accountability, and that apparently applies to crime as well.
I completely agree. The fact is that if a man were to be doing the same thing, they would be holding that man accountable. They would be wanting his head. He would be all over social media being blasted. Nobody would be searching this hard for excuses. Nobody would be blaming his wife and saying that she somehow manipulated him and predicted everything. They would look directly at the father and say, you did this. You need to be held accountable. But in this situation, some people are doing everything that they can to move responsibility away from the accused. First, they say she's completely innocent. Then they blame the husband. And if that does not work, they blame the doctors, the medication, or anyone else they can find except for the woman who committed a crime. Now, that doesn't mean her mental condition shouldn't be examined, but there's a difference between understanding someone's mental state and automatically removing all responsibilities. And that's what these women do not want to understand. 3 children are dead. The husband lost his entire family. Yet somehow he is the one being attacked while people rush to defend the person accused of killing them.
Those cries are not the cries of somebody, you cannot fake that. That is not the cries of somebody who didn't care. And like the fact that he just sat in the courtroom, I was like, Think about all the stuff that is not adding up. Like, there's so much that he clearly was like making a trail. So many things. The searches on the computer when she was at a doctor's appointment with her child. The amount of the fact that he told he testified that he had been giving the kid CPR, but they were still flipped over when the EMTs got there, and the EMTs testified that he was still sitting on the couch. There's so many things. Like, let's talk about it, because I want to talk about it, because apparently I'm a lawyer now. Like, give me a law degree. I want to try this whole case.
You need help.